Do you enjoy spending time in the great outdoors? Have you ever visited a national or a state park? Hello there. My name is Sergio Alvarez, and I am an assistant professor at the Rosen College of Hospitality Management here at the University of Central Florida. Next spring, I will be the instructor for HFT 3363, Managing Natural Attractions. In this course, we will learn about how these nature-based attractions came to be, how they have developed over time, and how they are managed in the present day. Most of these attractions are areas that have been set aside for conservation of natural resources, such as biodiversity and unique geological features. Let me give you one example. One of the most widely known attractions in the planet is located right here in the United States. Yellowstone National Park is located in the western US and is the first national park in the whole planet. You may have heard of Yellowstone and its very unique attractions. It is located above a supervolcano, and that is why there are geysers and hot springs, such as the famous Old Faithful. It is also home to the largest wild bison herd in the lower 48 states, as well as healthy populations of grizzly bears, wolves, elk, and many other animals and plants. But Yellowstone hasn't always been a safe and happy place for wildlife and the people who love wildlife. In pre-Columbian times, Yellowstone was an important site for Native American nations such as the Nez Perce, Crow, and Shoshone, who used the area for hunting, fishing, gathering plants, quarrying obsidian stone, and using the thermal waters for religious and medicinal purposes. In the mid-1800s, the land in what is now Yellowstone was up for public auction. However, as a result of the work of committed conservationists, Yellowstone was dedicated as the first ever national park in 1872 by President Ulysses S. Grant. The purpose of the park is stated clearly as being for the benefit and enjoyment of the people. But establishment of the park came with its own problems. Since the park was an area designated for wildlife conservation, the traditional uses by Native Americans, such as hunting and fishing, were declared illegal, and traditional ways of life were displaced from the park. Similarly, as the populations of wild predators, such as the gray wolves, began growing, these wolves started hunting cattle outside of the park boundaries, creating conflicts between the management of the park and its resources and the ranchers in the wider region. There are other instances of people-wildlife conflict, such as when grizzly bears were attracted to food waste and ended up attacking people and cars. But Yellowstone is just one interesting example. There are many others, and the objective of the course is that you will become familiar with one protected area of your choice. In the course, we will learn about all the intricacies of managing natural attractions, considering their history and the objectives of the protected area, the living resources within these areas, and the legal and institutional frameworks that govern how these areas are managed. We will also discuss what sustainability means in the context of managing natural attractions and how these areas should be marketed and managed to ensure that they remain for generations to come. So if you are interested in learning more about how our natural heritage came to be protected and how it should be managed, please join me next semester in HFT 3363, Managing Natural Attractions.